Welcome to Momentum Matters. This is the last DBAN masterclass of the semester, hosted by our very own Amora Carter, class of 2007. And here's a little bit about Amora. Amora is the CEO and co founder of AC Creative Collective, a marketing and community engagement firm in Charlotte. She's a former educator turned strategist and brings more than a decade of experience in education and instructional design and 7+ years in project and marketing management to her work with entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and mission driven organizations. Amora specializes in helping leaders clarify their voice, streamline systems, and build campaigns and learning experiences that are thoughtful, measurable, and rooted in equity and authentic community connection. Amora, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brianna. And thank you everyone who was able to join us tonight and watch later on. This was created for entrepreneurs, but I like to tell everyone anyone can use this information. Marketing is really for businesses and your personal brand. It's important if you are searching for a job, if you're prospecting, or if you think you ever might leave your career. If you are going on an interview, if you were networking, what's the first thing that someone's going to do? What do you think? You can unmute yourself or you could put it in the chat.
Google, someone's going to Google me probably.
Exactly. They're going to Google you. So you want to have a personal brand that really speaks to your story, who you are, what you want to do, your dreams, goals, values. You really want that to be aligned across your entire digital presence. So again, it's not just for businesses, even though this is really, tailored toward businesses. Anyone can use this information. So let's take a pulse of the room. Let's start with a question. Where do you see yourself as a marketer? Are you at one where you're like, what is marketing? Or are you a 10 where you are a marketing guru? If you want to put between 1 and 10, put your number in the chat. Let's see where everyone is. Let's see. Rana, can you see the chat? I can't see the
I think
chat.
that everyone keeps accidentally direct messaging the virtual chat one. So if you guys could
Oh,
no, you're all good. If you want to direct message everyone, there's a button at the bottom that says to and then a name. If you want to put everybody instead of me, that would be awesome. But I can read them out.
okay, sure.
Yeah, no worries. Um, okay. So Michelle says an 8, and then Brianna says a 6, and I would give it about a 5 for me, maybe.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so we have some pretty high numbers in the room. That's awesome. I'm glad to see it. So hopefully everyone can take information from this workshop. However, this is a foundational workshop, but hopefully you all can still take some snippets. So again, my name is Amora Carter, co-founder and CEO of AC Creative Collective. Created this business with my sister Avery Carter, who is the Chief Creative Officer, and that's us right there. And everyone always asks us, "Oh my God, how are you working with your sister?" It really works out amazingly. Everyone has, their days and their issues, but it's really good. So I know there's a lot of information on this slide about us, but take a moment and read a little bit about us. Some things that I wanted to point out is what makes us unique. We really combine strategy and creativity, which is what I tell everyone you need to do with marketing. A lot of times people believe that you only want the creative part, right? It's only social media. It's only about the graphics and the colors and the design. You should have a strategy. And so a large piece of this workshop is going to be making sure that your marketing is strategic. It's aligned with your goals and your business. So here are a few companies that we've worked with, just so you know, you can trust us. we've been trusted by a few people. And one thing we're really excited about is that we received the 2025 Creative Marketing Award with the Charlotte Chamber. And so we were very excited about that. Oh, thank you, Michelle. So again, a bit of information here. So take some time to read our mission. But one thing that I wanted to point out is that we are building authentic brands. And again, this is for everyone. If you were marketing for your business, if you were marketing for your personal brand, make sure that it's authentic to you. Um, I feel like a lot of people see, especially on social media, a lot of stuff that looks the same. It's really just fading into the void for a lot of people. Make sure that whatever you're marketing out into the world really speaks to you and makes you unique. And that's really what's going to stand out. And so that's a part of our mission, is that we want to pull out what makes someone unique, what makes them authentic, and just make them way more visible. So here are our workshop objectives. We want to understand the value of community when creating a marketing plan. We want to explore the power of starting marketing early, understand the value of consistency and intentional strategy, and learn some actionable steps. We're going to do an activity later. So why community matters. As you can see up at the top, we are a marketing and community engagement company. Um, we really specialize in integrated marketing, where we are combining many different items, activities to make sure that your marketing is reaching your target audience. And one way that we do that is engaging your community. We want to make sure that you are visible to the people that is your target audience. So you're not just posting, sending out newsletters into the void, all of your information. You want to make sure it's reaching people, and there's two-way communication. They need to be engaging with you as well. And if they're not doing that, you're not connecting with them. People buy from people that they like and they connect with. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are reaching your community, you're staying visible in your community, and they are communicating back to you and connecting with you. And that's how you can make sure that you are creating loyalty, trust, and you're making them an active participant in your business. Okay, we don't want passive participants. Okay, so let's look at the chart. And I have some benefits of connecting to your community and why. Okay, um, so obviously trust and loyalty. If someone is trust, they're loyal to you, they will stay with you. It's not a one purchase and gone. They will come back to you every month. They're repeat customers. They're telling their friends about you. You have created an emotional connection. Um, and really, that's what you want to do with your marketing. I feel like a lot of times people don't think about it as an emotional connection, but it should be. Organic word of mouth, lower ad costs. You don't need ads if you have word of mouth and referrals. Okay, again, it's that connection. If people are connecting with you, they're going back to you, they're telling your friends, you don't need to spend as much money on ads, which is what we want, right? We don't want to spend thousands of dollars on ads. That's not great. um, Next one, your brand identity. So you can positively associate yourself and your brand with other organizations. So organizations that you know are doing great work. If you volunteer with them, if you partner with them, you are associating your brand with other people who are doing great work, which again increases that loyalty, increases that trust, that connection, that emotional connection that we want with marketing, and increased visibility. So you have to get out into the community. You have to. You have to spend some time getting networking and meeting the people that are your target audience. Make sure that they know who you are. It takes a few times, a few touch points before people buy sometimes, especially for higher price items. So you want to make sure that you're visible, you are in the community speaking with them. Any questions so far? Anything coming to mind? No? Sorry, Anna, I can't see the chat, so you'll have to tell me if
No
anything.
worries. There's nothing right now.
Wonderful. Cool. So why start early? This is one of the biggest questions that we receive because it's expensive to start a business, right? You have a lot of upfront costs. Things pop up that maybe you didn't. Oh yeah, Trini's like yes, that you didn't realize. But starting early, make sure that you can begin your brand recognition before the competition even starts in. You can create a buzz. People know who you are. You're creating that emotional connection before you even open the doors. Um, so you know, I it depends. Obviously, it depends on how much money you have, but I would say start at least a small amount to the marketing and create that brand recognition early so people know who you are. And you can write your own story. You can tell them why they need to come, why they need to put your opening date on the calendar. You can say that. So people aren't making assumptions about your business even before they know anything about you. We don't want that to happen. And obviously, it's good to collect feedback, to test, and to tweak if needed. And you can do that if you start your marketing early. So set marketing goals that correlate to business objectives. So no one asks us about this because I think people really forget that marketing needs to make sense. It has to make sense. It has to be aligned with your goals, your business goals, or even your personal brand goals. What do you want the outcome to be? If you're posting on Instagram for your business page, what is it for? What do you want to happen? Do you want more visits to your website? Do you want to just build a connection? Do you want to create that two-way connection with your audience? What do you want the goal to be? And you want to make sure that you're setting those goals before you create a newsletter, before you build your website. There has to be a really defined goal. And so I always say use SMART goals. Those are my favorite. Can anyone sort of put in the chat what those are? Because I, as an educator, was an educator for 7 years. I know what they are, but I'm finding that a lot of people don't know what SMART goals are. What's the S? You can unmute or you can put it in the. So specific.
Specific. Is it attainable?
So
Measurable. Oh,
yes,
gosh.
attainable.
I skipped the M. Measurable,
I was like, that's fine. Yep,
attainable.
that's one of them.
Um,
Measurable. Measurable is the
I knew measurable. Measurable is the only one I knew.
Okay, all right, yes. Relevant and time bound. Okay, so we want to make sure that it's detailed, it's specific. Broad, vague goals don't help you. It's a specific goal that you want to do right now. Okay, so you can have um, obviously you can have your 30, 60, 90-day, year, 5 year, 10-year goals. But with a SMART goal, we want it to be something within that month. Okay. A specific goal that you can measure because then you want to use that data to test and tweak it. It's attainable, it's something that you can actually do. Um, and it makes sense to your business. Okay. So you have to think about those. Spend some time. This shouldn't be a haphazard thing that you're just doing I don't know, on a Friday night at 10 after a few glasses of wine, right? Like this, it should be something that you're taking some time to think about and you really plan and create a strategy for your marketing around those goals. Okay. So crafting your intentional strategy, being intentional. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and sort of let me know, what do you think it means to be intentional? What does that mean to you? What do you think?
Well, I
think
think that, oh, I'm sorry. Was someone speaking?
Go ahead, Michelle. You go first.
Okay. Hey, Janetta. So I think with intentional, I think this is something I see often where with my clients or organizations that I am participating in is that they sometimes might keep it too broad or they keep it too general, and they don't really get down to, okay, what specifically do we need to do and at what time and at what date and who do we need to do it with and how do we make sure that we are intending to reach the audience or to get the right message out or all of those things. So I think that sometimes what I see happening is people are too general, and unfortunately they'll just kind of miss the messaging, or they'll miss their client because they're not giving them or talking to the client in the language that they need or want to hear, or they're not using the right words that they need or want to hear. So I know I said a whole lot of stuff, but when I think about that, is that you're so broad and you're so general, and so that also affects the actions that you're taking. And so you're not being intentional with your strategy. You're just kind of throwing things out there to see what's going to stick. And I'll yield over to Trinita.
That's
No, that was
good.
excellent.
Go ahead, Amora. I'm sorry.
No,
Were
I
you
was
gonna say?
like, that was awesome. That was really good.
All of everything what Michelle said, plus also, the first thing I thought, Amora, when you asked was about intentionality, was beginning with the end in mind. And often, like, you have to kind of shift what the end looks like because you figured out the end looks a little different, like, or the end is a moving target, right? Like it changes and morphs. But if you start with this brand core and this first bullet, your value proposition, if you start there, other things can shift around, but then you're really intentional about what your why and your value and who you are. And then you keep leaning in hard there, even if other things move. That can be your core. So I like the word core. Plus everything Michelle said.
These are amazing. Yes, that's perfect. We do have, I mean, some of you missed the question at the beginning, but we definitely have some marketing gurus already in here. But yes, that is definitely what I'm thinking about when we talk about intentional strategy. And Trinidad, you brought up the unique value proposition. Yes, those are going to be the things that guide you. What sets you apart, your mission, your vision, your guiding values, which is something we will craft later on in an activity. But these should define everything in your digital marketing, from your social media, your website, newsletters, the words that you use on your site, even your color schemes, right? It can even guide your branding. We want to just make sure everything's aligned and intentional. Um, and we want to make sure that those are then aligned to your target audience. If we're using values and framing that doesn't make sense to your ideal client, then it's like, who is this for? Will it actually bring them in? So again, being intentional with your strategy. I have a few questions down here at the bottom. What are their life goals? What kind of community are they seeking? There's a lot of questions that you can ask yourself to figure out your ideal client. So again, with the intentional strategy, something that I wanted to ask, because this sort of made me think about with the message development. But when you Google, like if you're looking for a dentist and you Google dentist, how many dentists do you think are coming up?
A gazillion.
A, a gazillion, right? On one page, at least maybe 15, 20, but then there's multiple pages, right? So a lot of people are coming up. What makes you unique? What message are you putting out there where someone's going to skip over the first five? And then in your messaging, that really aligns with their pain points, that they're going to choose yours and be like, oh, it's really talking to me. And that's what we want to do with the message development. You want to make sure, again, it's all aligned. You're addressing their issues, their pain points, and making sure that they skip over maybe the first 5, the first 20, and they are looking exactly for what you are selling. And I have competitive analysis down there, doing a little research, making sure that, whatever makes you unique actually makes you unique. You need to see what other competitors are out there. What are they doing? And if someone's doing something similar to you, how can you stand out? Is it your story and your background? Because that can make you stand out. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to a product or a service. Um, is it the way that you are presenting yourself? Are you a motivational speaker? Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be tied to a service or product. But what is that one thing that makes you stand out to make them skip over the other people and buy exactly what you're selling? So we have a little activity. We're going to write just a few lines. We're going to start with a few steps here, and we're going to build our value proposition. If you have a business, again, this is made exactly for you, but you can do this for your personal brand. Because again, we all want to have our personal brand and how we want to represent ourselves online. So there's a lot of information here, so take some time, get some paper, write it on your phone, and let's go step by step and make sure that we're writing our business value proposition. So step 1, identify your customer's problem or need. Think about the biggest challenge or product problem that your product or service solves. Write down the primary pain points your customer experienced before working with you. So take a minute. Make sure you're writing down your customer's primary pain points. And then step 2 is how you help them. Explain how your business solves this problem or meets their need. Focus on the benefits your customers gain, what changes or improvements happen after they engage with you. Would anyone like to share their step 1 and step 2? Or even if you want to share one of the steps?
I'll go.
Okay.
So the pain point is, trying for me. So I'm a birth worker doula. That's my main service. The questions about people have a lot of questions about postpartum and they don't know where to go. It's just like so much information on the internet. They don't know where to go, who's reliable. And so how I solve this, create relatable, reliable, and educational resources for folks, whether that's digital programming, digital, templates, that sort of thing, present in a way that your auntie would give it to you, someone who is relatable, but not too maternal that you're afraid to not tell them everything. So, yeah.
No, that's perfect because it speaks to an intentional strategy where you're meeting your audience where they are, right? That is very specific to them. You're speaking right to them. Yep, Trinita?
I am, let's see. So my pain point is burnout. So the ideal client are Black women experiencing burnout. And the pain point is lack of mental clarity, lack of direction, purpose, perhaps. And then the changes, they are able to look at their lives from sort of a bird's eye view and to have balance, wholeness in terms of mind, body, heart, and spirit. So they have mental clarity and they have balance. So those.
Mm-hmm. Everyone needs that. That's perfect. Thank you. All right, let's go to step 3.
Amen.
Yeah. So let's highlight what makes you unique. Identify what sets you apart from competitors. Special techniques, quality, customer experience, expertise, price, community focus. Remember, I was mentioning earlier, it doesn't have to be the service that makes you unique. It could be you. It could be why you went into the work that you're currently doing. This is your distinct advantage that customers can only get from you. Let's take a minute. Oh, I can see the chat now. Thank you, Michelle. So your step 3, people go through know, like, and trust quickly with me. Nice. And step 4, craft your value proposition statement. So using your answers, write a clear, concise statement that explains who you serve, your target audience, what you offer, your solution, how it benefits customers, that's your key outcome, and why you're unique. You can use this formula. Sometimes it works and sometimes you just have to tweak it a little bit. But for target audience, your business name offers this solution that benefits whatever because you're unique differentiator. So try out step 4. You can put it in the chat once you write it, or if you want to come off mute, and I would love to hear it. But while people are writing and thinking and hopefully typing in the chat or preparing to come off mute, um, this statement should help guide your digital presence. Okay. You want to make sure that if someone came to your website or your social media, um, they could figure out what makes you unique. They could know who you serve. They could know whether or not this is good for them or works for them or is made for them. Okay. So you want to use this statement, like you want to keep this top of mind, and this is how you guide your digital presence. Does anyone want to share?
I'm still writing. I'm still trying to clarify the end part, but I'll share in just a second.
I
And I
can
hope.
talk my way through the stall for
Okay, because I was like, in the chat, someone's like still processing. No big deal.
Okay. So I got it. So let me look at this formula. So I serve, okay, so for Black women experiencing burnout, I offer coaching and community that helps create balance. And I am unique because I bring both a personal and professional lens as a researcher and a person with lived experience. I think that's
Perfect.
plenty. I'm going to stop there.
No, I love that. I love that. And I like that you said that you bring a community as well. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just the expertise, it's like you are helping them connect with other people. Um, yeah, that was very good. Does anyone else want to share? If not, no big deal. We can go on.
I'm kind of okay. I'm trying to see what I got. The Doula's Garden serves perinatal folks who are in the wilderness of new parenthood. Bree offers a holistic, honest, and vulnerable approach to perinatal education that enables participants to make um, informed decisions about their perinatal health care.
Mm-hmm. Informed decisions. I like that. I like that phrasing. Thank you. Uh-oh, did I go too far? Yes. Okay, I've gone too far. So one more activity, and then we can go to the second half. But mission, vision, guiding values. Okay. We always want to keep our statement top of mind. That's going to guide our digital presence. But we also need a mission. We need a vision. People really use the mission to connect with us. Okay. So no matter the size of your business, people will connect with your mission. So we want to make sure we have one of those. Your vision. People are looking out to the future. They can connect with you. They can ride with you. They can be like, I want to see where this person is going. So it's good to have a vision, and then those guiding values so they can align with you. So step one, let's craft our mission statement. Your mission explains why your business exists and what it aims to accomplish today. Reflect on your business purpose beyond making a profit. So what's your why? Why are you doing this? Um, Ask, what problem do we solve and who do we serve? Write a brief, clear, and inspiring statement about your current purpose. So again, this is how people are connecting with you. And you can use that prompt. Our mission is to, and we're not gonna write a paragraph today. We're gonna start it with a few sentences, and because again, this is something we want to work through over time, because this is our creating Trinita. This is creating our entire digital presence. But we're gonna start it today.
Okay. I think I can share.
Okay.
The mission of the Doula's Garden is to advance perinatal wellness, informed choice, and emotional well-being by providing education, community support, and storytelling platforms that uplift diverse family experiences during pregnancy, birth, and postpartum.
I like that a lot.
Cool.
That was very nice. Very nice. I understand your audience. I understand what you do, how you are serving them, like what are you creating for them, how you're helping them. Step two, define your vision statement. Your vision describes where you want your business to be in the future, your long-term aspirations. It's how someone can figure out if they want to ride with you. Think about the impact you want your business to have. What change do we want to create? What will success look like in 5, 10 years? So we want to write an aspirational, motivating sentence that inspires your team and customers. How would you inspire someone with your current business?
I don't really have a statement yet, but the idea is that women are connectors anyway. And so when women are able to get more clarity in their lives, they are already, whatever effect they have, whatever clarity they get is already going to ripple out and create whatever kinds of clarity and change we need in society. So since mothers are the movers, I think, and women who are aunties and who are all the mamas, all the aunties, all the ladies, the point is, if you unlock the women, we're so communal that change is possible through us.
So you need to write that down somewhere. That was great. Thank you, Michelle. We're gonna get the recording and transcribe that. That was great. So we're gonna go ahead and move on because that was wonderful. Step three, identify your guiding values. Your values are the principles and beliefs that guide your business decisions and culture. Reflect on what matters most to you and how you do business and interact with customers. So this is speaking directly to your customers. List 3 to 5 core values. Is it integrity, innovation, you're inclusive, sustainable? This should be aligned to your target audience. Okay. Because I have worked with some people where they had guiding values that were amazing, but it didn't necessarily speak to their target audience. So again, it was like, who is this for?
Amora, this is Michelle. I'm going to come off mute for a moment because I had someone call me one time, and this is a person I'd worked with on different projects. So she was a client, a friend, and so she called me and she went through just a list of things that she was looking for, asking me, do I know? Do you know how to do this? Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know this? And then she said, or is it that you're just that type of person that you'll figure it out? And so I think for my clients, there are a couple of things. One is I want them to feel um, that they can come to me, and with them, by listening to them, by hearing them, by seeing them, I can help them figure it out, or I can help point them to resources where they can get solutions and answers. But that was for me, that statement or her seeing me helped me understand that she saw, or at least she expressed that she knew that I saw her and I heard her. And that's why she felt comfortable coming to me and asking that question or making that statement.
I love that. And that speaks to the community that I think you said you build um, with your clients and customers.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle. Does anyone else want to share one or two of their core values? And again, this doesn't have to be just for business. We're talking about your personal brand as well.
Yeah, I wanted to share. So informed consent and education, but also storytelling as healing and empowerment.
Storytelling as healing and empowerment. I like that. Okay. So again, we want to take these activities and we want to expand on them. We want to tweak them. I always say, look at them every year. Your business may change, it may evolve. And so you don't want guiding principles, statement, core values that don't make sense just because you haven't looked at it for a while. All right, leveraging marketing channels effectively. So we always tell clients to take a multi-channel marketing approach. You want to make sure that you are meeting your customers wherever they are. We don't want to just assume that everyone's on social media or everyone's gonna go to our website. So we want to have multiple ways that people can find us and interact with us. Um, Website, social media, some type of email marketing, whether that's an actual email, newsletter, blog that you're sending out. You always want to have a website or a landing page. I know websites are crazy expensive, so even a landing page is fine. You need somewhere where people can find out exactly who you are, your services, what you do, your target audience, all of those things in a very professional way. It also lets them know that you're real. It's sometimes people don't want to work with people that don't have a website because they're like, I don't know if this is a scam. Social media, that's how people are connecting with you. They're seeing behind the scenes. They're maybe learning a little bit more about what you do. They're learning your why. They're today we posted something about like baby pictures of our team, right? So it's fun ways that people can interact with you and get to know you in a way that they probably wouldn't on a static website. So they're just connecting with you. They're building that emotional connection. And then we have the email marketing or newsletter, and that's that continual marketing, that consistent marketing, making sure that you are top of mind. Um, Someone may visit your website once. Someone may see your social media occasionally, depending on the algorithms, but you never know. But if you have their email at least once a month, they are getting some type of email from you to remain top of mind. Let's just say they said no to you in March. Maybe through the three-prong approach, you're sending emails. They see your email comes across their inbox in June. They're like, you know what? I need this right now. You just want to make sure that you're top of mind. So that's why we always have a three-prong approach. The community engagement. We want to make sure that we're collaborating with other professionals and cross-promoting. That's just like an added bonus. Your peers can be your best cheerleaders. Okay, it doesn't have to be competition because, again, everyone has something unique. Even if your product or service is the same, you have something unique about you. So your peers, the people that you are working with, can be, your cheerleaders. You can cross promote. We try to work with um, financial institutions and do workshops with them. We know one that only works with real estate agents. Well, real estate agents, they need finance and they need marketing. So that's a way that we can work together to help each other cross promote. So thinking through the different ways that you can get yourself out there. And obviously events, classes, Q&As, connecting in person. I have a friend that gets 20 emails a day. So we also want to make sure that we're meeting in person. Email's great, but then follow it up with an in-person meeting or a call, so they remember you. Referrals. That's an added extra. If you are not getting half of your clients through referrals, I would look back at what's going on with my services. Oh, Michelle, thank you. I just saw those. Yeah, that was fun. The baby pics are fun. And so again, leveraging marketing channels. Sorry, I got off with the chat. So clearly communicate how your services solve their problems or meet their needs. If someone can't go to your digital presence and figure out what you do and how you solve their problem, something is off. They should immediately be able to see how you solve their problem. And that could be through a call to action. That could be a newsletter that talks about how you are solving their pain point that we mentioned earlier. But this is how you get them to work with you. Okay, they need to immediately be able to say, hey, they can help me do what I can't do for myself. And then metrics. We definitely want to make sure whatever we're doing is working. If you're not keeping up with the data monthly, we have to go back. You want to look at the data, what you're doing, make sure it makes sense. If not, tweak it a bit. Maintaining consistency and brand visibility. So consistency is key. I'm going to say that again. Consistency is key. Make sure you have a consistent brand. Someone should be able to look at your logo, your colors, orange for AC Creative Collective. We will always have orange. Orange is a wild color, so we don't have it like the whole slide isn't orange, but we always have pops of orange. So when you see that orange, you know it's us. And you want to be consistent. You want to make sure, again, that's why we have those guiding principles. Oh, Michelle, you said why orange? Because I think it stands out, and I actually like orange. So, yes, but I think it's a very bold color that a lot of people don't use often. If you look at businesses, you very rarely see orange because it's a pretty bright color. But if you combine it with other subdued colors, I think it's pretty nice. But it's consistent. You want to make sure your fonts, your colors, your guiding principles, your values, it's all consistent on every platform that you're using. I I know it's daunting, but with social media, newsletters, if you say you have a monthly newsletter, it needs to be monthly. Social media, 3 to 5 times a week. An easy way to do that is to plan ahead, right? Get a calendar, keep it consistent. On Monday, maybe you post this. Tuesday, you post this. Thursday, you post this. Get ahead of it. But you do want to be consistent. That's how people see you. They remember you. and they start to learn who you are, making that connection. Because again, we buy from people that we have an emotional connection to and like. So in here, I put some practical tools, templates. There's so many templates out there that you can use for social media to help, emails, Squarespace, if you have Squarespace for your website, a lot of templates for emails and flyers that you can use. Canva is amazing. Um, Please don't create things in Word. Canva is really good for helping you use a template, and you can do it fairly quickly, right? Obviously, if you're working with a marketer, they can tweak it and make it very unique. But if you can't, and you're just like, I need to make sure that I'm consistent and I'm getting my message out to people, use those tools and get ahead of it. And make sure you're authentic to you. So make sure that people in everything that you can create shows your why, shows why people should choose you. We do have a newsletter. It is monthly. We have marketing insights. We give tips. We talk about what we're doing, where you'll see us in the community. Sometimes we show you other people you should be following. So if you want to scan this QR code and sign up for a newsletter, the what month is this? April. The April one will be coming out next week. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you all so much it's late, so I appreciate the time. We have about 6 more minutes if anyone has any questions at all.
So this is me again, Michelle. First of all, thank you. This was timely. And I think for me, I'm in a transition where I'm trying to pivot from something that I've been doing for a while. And I'm trying to get back to things that I really enjoy doing, like training and coming up with training models and curriculum and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my heart is. So I wanted to thank you. And I think also that one of the things that we have to look at in DBAN is all of the talent that we have within our network. And even being able to talk with you and your sissy about taking what you know and helping us in DBAN in terms of looking at how are we getting our message out there and how are we networking. Brianna and Chris and others that are currently on the leadership team, they've done a phenomenal job. Like the fact that coming up with this master class. But I do think that we're missing opportunities because we're kind of all out there. Like we know each other, we see each other and that kind of thing, but we're not connected like I know we can be. And so I'm hoping that from these master classes, that one of the things that we'll be able to do is take all of this great knowledge and experience and know-how and bring it in internally to just help our network um, kind of be and connect in a way that I know that it can be. But I wanted to thank you for what you shared, and I'll be in touch with you directly to talk about my situation, but also to talk about some, just to share with you some of the things that we've used in our business that I think you all would enjoy. So thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. And you were a wonderful participant, by the way. And I agree. I think DBAN has a wealth of knowledge just in the community. And so making sure, again, those goals, that strategy is put in place. You're If it's possible to meet monthly to decide these are the important things that we need to talk about that we know of, and let's make sure that other people know about it. A lot of times is an easy way to get ahead of it. Thank you. And thank you, Trinita. Any questions? We have 3 more minutes. again, I used to be an educator. I can sit in the silence. I don't know if there's any other teachers on here, but
I have a question.
sure.
Do you have any advice on, or like, what's your one tip or one piece of advice on the best way to continuously stay relevant? Do you advocate for like social media posts, newsletters? Like, what's a proven method to stay relevant in today?
So I always lean on, so again, that three-pronged approach, making sure your website is always updated for what you are currently doing. Yes, social media, but making sure that it is authentic. I don't really lean into trendy posts because I find that it does depend on your goals, but I find that those things don't necessarily come off as authentic. They are fun and you should do them occasionally, but that shouldn't be the reason to do social media. Because for me, social media is connecting with your community and making sure you stay connected with them. Um, Newsletters help you stay relevant in staying top of mind. Um, but I do believe that you can stay relevant, making sure that you truly understand what makes you unique in your industry and you're speaking directly to the people that you know want your service or product. Um, Bianca, was that helpful?
Yes, that was really helpful. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiffany. One more minute. Any final? Well, if not, join our newsletter, follow us on Instagram or LinkedIn, connect, and thank you all so much. This was a great audience. Loved the sharing.
Thank you so much, Maura. Everybody, round of applause. Woo-hoo. You did great. This is helpful to me. I know it's going to be helpful to all the folks who watch it after. And for folks who have enjoyed this type of platform and the masterclass, and you have ideas for ones that can come in the fall, we're going to start back again in August. Feel free to email me, contact us at DBAN. And via the multiple platforms, and we can't wait to put that into action. So hope you all have a wonderful rest of the spring and summer, and look forward to connecting with you all again in the fall.